Answers from all across Northern California. This is the CBS 13 News at 10.
He needed that lifeline, and in his situation, that was a 911 dispatcher.
An armed man threatened to start shooting, holding deputies at bay for 6 hours. The suspect, Frank Davenport, seen here, eventually walked out of his trailer at Rancheria RV Park in Amador County after a dispatcher convinced him to surrender. It was a tense Tuesday night for local law enforcement, the suspect's family, and neighbors.
Overnight, Davenport would only talk to one person, and tonight we hear from that dispatcher who convinced him to surrender. CBS 13's Macy Jenkins is in Stockton with more.
Her shift was almost over, but Kayla Riller got a call and knew she had to see it through.
We're still landline with the suspect.
A distraught man.
Frank Davenport. They have 2 deputies, 97, and tribal security is also en route.
A desperate call to 911.
He's ready for a standoff.
And Kayla Riller ready on the other line.
911 emergency, what are you reporting?
2:45 Tuesday afternoon, her first conversation with Frank Davenport.
I could tell by speaking with him that he was hurting and that he was in a low place in his life.
From a cell phone inside of his trailer, he threatened to load up his shotgun and start shooting. Riller quickly determined Davenport was suicidal.
He wanted someone to look after his dogs. At that point, I was going to do whatever it took to see it through to the end.
But then another challenge. The line kept dropping out.
When his phone disconnected, he would call me right back, ask for me by name.
This continued for hours.
As I went, I learned exactly what he needed and how to talk to him.
Meanwhile, Amador County Sheriff's deputies evacuated Jackson Rancheria RV Park and surrounded Davenport's trailer. Finally, after 5 hours, the turning point.
The negotiating team, they were able to reach out to that family member, record a message from him, and I was able to play it over the phone to him.
Riller says Davenport broke down in tears and then she took charge.
Reach out, grab the door handle, turn the door handle, walk out.
At 9 o'clock, Davenport surrendered.
He would be coming out holding a phone to his head, still talking to me.
This December marks 3 years on the job for the dispatcher, and this call reminded her why she started in the first place.
Multiple times throughout the call, he would thank me for having such a huge heart to talk to him. I was able to save a life, and that means everything to me.
CHP would not release the full 911 conversation as the investigation is still ongoing. Davenport is behind bars, charged with making terrorist threats and resisting arrest.